Okay, so folks, sincere apologies for that break in. We encountered some serious technical glitch here, but thanks that we're back. And I want to say welcome to everyone. Thanks to all of you for joining us. This is the late night show. As usual, this is where we gather to talk about the issues in the country. And I'd like to say welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Let me just go across now and bring in the team. And I see Emmy is already here. Um, Emmy, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on.
Thank you, Nelson.
Yeah. So we already pushed against time, so we're gonna go straight into it. Let me bring Swari on. Swari, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you for having us. Uh,
Okay. So it's a great thing to be here tonight. Most times producing from home, especially here in Africa, with a kind of sometimes the connection situation, you have some challenges in the process. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to beat the challenges and we're back on, hoping that the internet will be just okay. In the case where it starts to trip, then I'll leave the show with the rest of you guys. You'll handle your show. Yeah, man. But let's open the show. Let's hear from you guys. A lot has been happening in the country over the week. Let's hear from you. What's on your mind? It could be any of those issues from the very start of the week, and then we can take
Listen,
on
do
the
we want to
conversation.
do that since we already going into anyways before people comes, right? Because until
Yeah,
people come here, right?
just anything. Yeah, just anything on your mind. Just your opening officially. Yeah, so we can start with you, Emmy. Then we can
Oh,
go.
okay. Yeah. What's on my mind is Liberia always. And something happened on the field today. Grandpastor and Nehemiah County playing. What was that about? And Grandpastor walked off the field because they felt like they were being cheated with a penalty or whatever. I don't know soccer, but I and the chauffeur was getting to Nehemiah County, right? So I was kind of confused about the situation and what had happened. But you couldn't even tell who is who because Passport wearing red, Nimakane po wearing red. When Nimakane supposed to wearing red? Like Passport and Passport color there. Baro money baby. So so it's kind of hard to see, like difficult to see, like who is who. I'm looking like okay, so I was watching the highlights and I'm looking. I see somebody falling. Someone else is in the back. So I'm looking about who's tripping who, like who is falling. So I was kind of confusing. But I let Grandpa still walk off the field. They said they were cheated. I don't know if that is allowed. Like, shouldn't you play and then later on complain or whatever? But yeah, and they end up giving the trophy to Nima or something like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
but I think that
that
trophy belongs to us.
okay. But there was an official statement. There was a release from the authorities today regarding that, condemning the very action carried out by the folks from Green Bassa County.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a release to that effect. We're gonna have that up. I don't know as to whether I can still lay my hand on it.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
it's I mean nothing wrong with you complaining as much, but shouldn't you stay and have it settled instead of just walking off the field and giving the trophy over because they didn't beat them. Even if that penalty was for Neymar to kick, they were leading already. So then it would have been equal. So why don't you play the game to the end and see, what happens? But they walk off the field and I was confused. I'm like, can you do that? But yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
sorry.
So that's a very concerning one. Um, I'm hoping I can get that. You know, there's a release to that effect. Yeah, but sorry, you can go on because
Yeah,
this thing
thank
seemed
you.
to be a bit somehow here for me. I tried to get it out.
Yeah.
I'll get it out. But go on. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Always Liberia. Hi to each and everyone that is following. We would like to encourage you to share the show as we get to discuss issues of national
Absolutely.
concern. It
Mhm.
is glad that we are back on the last week in the day editions of the late night politics. Um, like I was following you previously, you talked about some review of issues that we highlight, and basically these are good things to know. Um, Maybe I want to suggest maybe we could give the caller more time today to hear themselves on some of those basic issues when we highlight them. But I'm more concerned about the too many issues of depth. Basically, I was following. I've been following this week. If I'm stand to be correct, I followed three cases of death. People being murdered by people because of relationship and all this stuff. Basically,
Yeah.
yeah, it raised a concern. And we want to urge the Liberian National Police to do some speeded investigation in these things so we can get speeded trial. Because the issue about justice, when you delay, it deny. When you deny people got the dark cloud over certain sectors in our country. Like I said the last time, nursing politics has been put in place all of the time. You see, we appreciate government coming with statement and other stuff, but the implementation aspect of some of these things has been a problem over the past period of time. So we all would like to remind this government, if you implement a policy, if you come up with a policy, we'd like to urge you to please take into consideration because the bread border issue there, man, oh, man, Fanda, man, Lopu out there, they would not understand they will not understand government at a certain level because they are not educated to ask them. All they care is team prices should come down, and we believe that the government been doing
Yeah.
some progress along. Yeah. So the implementary aspect of the monetary arms of government over the past few times has always been a problem. People has been compromising in the arms of any department. People have been, let's say, very weak, we can say, like a dazzle in their performance as related to monitoring some of these things in the market or whatsoever they find themselves. So we urging the government, whatsoever ministry, that has uh, power over certain reductions of commodity, you should implement the very law that you put there so as to getting our country on path. So I think that was on my mind. That was what on my mind. Thank you,
Thank you.
Nelson, for having me. Uh,
Thank you very much, Sorry. Let me welcome our brother Francis Chavate to the show. Francis, welcome. It's good to
Hey,
see you.
thank you, thank you.
And
Good evening, good morning to everybody. How you guys doing?
yeah,
It's good to
and
be here.
I want to welcome Vasco to the show as well. Vasco, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Nelson. It's a pleasure being here.
Okay, so let's start with Francis. What's on your mind quickly, and then we take Vasco.
Uh,
Then we'll move
yeah,
back.
I'm going to be quick and brief. I mean, you guys will get tired of me, but for the next few months, the beginning of my What's on My Mind will be my initiative collecting smoke alarms and fire extinguisher. I'm still doing it. It's going to be going for the next few months. So I look forward to you guys helping me help our people in Liberia to give them a fighting chance. But it's always good to be here to talk about what's going on in our country and to help in any way possible shape the future of our country to make sure things are going in the right direction and hold our leaders accountable. So thank you. Let's look for a way to help our people. We can always depend on government. As you know, government doesn't do right by its people all the time. So if we can help, especially those of us outside of Liberia. Let's do whatever we can to help our people. Thank you.
Sorry, I was muted. Vasco, I was saying, what's on your mind? Let's hear you, Vasco.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Nelson. I mean, what's on my mind is uh, you always play the video, and thank God you guys go around to listen to our people, because the people they are dear to my heart, the Liberian people. So they are the one I will always talk about every time during my opening and my closing. I mean, the hardship in the country have increased, and it is completely tough. The rice we were paying $13.50 during the George Weah administration. The rice gone now to $17 to $18, and the civil servants are not taking pay. There is no business. Those who take the market to go and sell, they are not making anything. They complain a lot. You've seen it. The electricity in the country gone so bad. The diet in the city gone extremely bad. And our city government is requesting for, I think, close to $40 million to solve that problem. And this is why on my mind, Nancy, we just pray that this is not time for politics, for this government. It is time for them to work. You cannot be doing propaganda while you are leading. When you are leading, you have to lead so the people, the masses can feel your impact in the society, but not to come and sit here every night and to pray, sing, and to lie to our people that everything is okay. So that is why I'm a man, Nancy. And I will always talk for the people.
You mute that, Nelson.
So Vasco is now talking for the people of
For the
Liberia.
people, yeah.
I'm an
After 6 years.
advocate.
Liberia.
I'm an advocate now.
Everybody not to know Africa after 6 years.
When
So
Very difficult.
cities are in power, I mean, all right, advocate.
No, don't bring it to me. I want to know advocate.
okay,
Show me where you saw me. What platform?
so
Where?
guys, we have to move
No
on.
way.
We're not here long.
Yeah.
We will give more time to our folks today so they can have their say on those issues. But just a quick one. Two issues we want to talk about quickly, and probably we'll end up to where Vasco stopped. Uh, but the first one has to do with this alarm that was raised today, some time ago, sometime this week, by the Lofa County lawmaker. We played that from the very start of the show. The previous show that just went off. We had some technical issue with the internet, and the lawmaker was making some revelation, talking about the company Contact Global that has been awarded some 40 million contract to print resident permits for foreign residents in the country. The contract was awarded to an Indian company, Contact Global, according to what we've gathered, is an Indian company. It is said to be a tech company. And under this contract, according to what we've gathered, this company will be printing 350,000 work permits for foreign residents in our country. There were some concerns, and the reason why, according to him, he got even more involved is because he is the chair on security, on defense, and all of that at the level of the Senate. From the security aspect, he sees some fundamental issues with this because the data belonging to our country is being managed by people from another country, specifically the Indians. He thinks it's dangerous, it's risky, security-wise. It exposes our country to huge risks. Now, the next concern he raised is that 350,000 work permit is close to half a million. And he doesn't see the possibility of that number of work permit being printed over the period of 3 or let's say 5 years. So, and if that is not done according to the contract, the company will continue operating until they can meet that target. So he thinks that even the process, the procurement process leading to how the contract was awarded to the company, there were issues. They bypassed most of the processes leading to the whole PPCC law and everything, how companies get awarded contracts. So he's raising some concerns and he's calling on the legislature to cancel the contract. He's calling for the cancellation of the contract. But as it stands, the government has signed this thing. It the company has started full operations. It was signed and everything under the previous administration. According to him, he saw the signature of several key actors of the previous administration, like the justice minister, he signed it. The former finance minister signed it. The former labor minister signed it. And other key officials, the former immigration boss signed it. And other key officials of the Liberian government. Where do we stand with this? Security wise, he thinks it's terrible and he wants this contract to be cancelled. Is it prudent at this time? Well, as a lawmaker on security and defense, raising this kind of alarm is something that would claim a lot of attention because he's a security person. He knows what he's saying. He is seeing some things that he cannot even say because of where he sits. But is it prudent? Is it possible for our government at this time? Is there any reason why this government? I mean, let's look at the optics. The government comes into power. Um, there's a contract that was signed. Lawmaker raises an alarm. The next thing you go and start to cancel the contract. Is it going to have a good optics on this government? Uh, Now let's talk about this. Let's share our views on this as we try to make a quick transition. I see you want to come in, Amy,
Oh,
or you want us to go with
yeah.
Francis?
Yeah, go ahead, Francis.
Okay, Francis, let's hear your take on this issue.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed the video that you played on the previous segment. I canceled, but based on what you explained, for me, if we are going to talk about Liberia first, and based on what I'm getting from you, this was a contract signed by the last administration,
Previous, yeah,
right? So, I
yeah.
mean, we need to sit here and ask ourselves, is there no company, no Liberian company that can print work permit? Is there no entity within the government that can
Right.
print work permit, that you have to outsource it to a foreign company? I mean, I'm not an expert on work permit or the technicalities that go into printing it, but when I came to the US, I mean, I had a work permit. It was in the form of an ID. So why are we giving contract to an outside entity to print work permit when, first of all, if you are a foreign national in the country, you are going to be known that you are a foreign national, and if you want to work, we should have a system in place that identify people that are working. And so why should we have to hire a foreign company? And we need to hire outside of the government. Why are there no Liberian entity in Liberia that's capable of printing work permit? So, these are some of the things that we need to really push for. I saw a few weeks ago the folks in Margibi County were protesting in Margibi about 2 Liberians that were appointed, but Liberians didn't protest over Senegalese that were appointed by President Parker to be administrator. You see, so it's like opposite day in Liberia. We okay with foreign national getting jobs in our country, but when our own get job, or maybe because they're from a different party, we get mad, but we be quiet when a foreign national is taking hundreds of thousands of dollars away from us. But yes, President Parker should look into this. His administration should look into it. I don't know why the CDC-led government offered a contract to that company. I don't know. But is there no Liberian company that is capable of doing it, or can the government herself carry on this task? That's a question. I mean, I don't know much about it, but just common sense will tell you the government should be able to handle it, or I just think there's no Liberian company capable of printing out work permit in Liberia to
No, no. Thanks a lot, Francis. Maybe we'll come back to you, but let's hear from Vasco on this. Vasco, this contract was awarded under the previous administration, and the lawmaker is saying that even up to now, they've requested certificate from this institution to prove that they have the technical expertise or whatever to carry on this tax. But for the longest, they've gone back and forth, and this company has failed to provide a single certificate to prove that they are competent enough to carry on this particular tax. Under the immigration service, they are operating under the Liberia Immigration Service. The people coming to this country, hundreds and thousands, you go in the stores, they are Indians, Lebanese, Pakistanis, they are behind the counters. These people are the ones providing the work permits. And interestingly, the lawmaker also said that the data that those people collect, the Liberian government has absolutely no access to those data. Let's hear from you, Vasco. Is it a good thing? Is it going to be a good thing for the government to want to revisit or cancel such a contract? Is what does it say about this whole call for investors to come to the country, for other people to come and invest? Is it going to scare away investors? Is there any reason why the government should not proceed with revisiting or canceling this particular contract?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the issue of cancellation, that is somehow it is harsh. First of all, the government can do their due diligence by investigating, going beyond, and what actually established this company, how this company came in. Because we're talking about security, and this is coming from the head of security at the Senate. So it should be something that we need to look at. So I think what the government can do right now, they can invite these people, make sure they do the necessary correction. And I mean, they can discuss it because this is something that have already been signed by the previous government. I don't know how they signed it, whether it was something that they had to go through the legislature before it can be, that contract will be awarded.
And Vasco, let me just hold you there. That's one of the major issues that the lawmaker has. He said any contract above 10,000 should go through the legislature. But interestingly, this contract worth some 40,000, but it did not go through the legislature. The legislature had absolutely no part, no hand, no involvement with this particular contract.
Then if that is the case, then this government need to actually step in because we don't know. Like I can always say, Liberia, we just have a lot of bad and evil people everywhere. Every government that will come, you have them in there. I will always try to create some problem. It is not a bad thing for you to award contract to foreign company, but you should also know the kind of a contract that you're going to award to foreign company. This is about our country's security. It's almost like the people coming to your country to what? You don't play with this kind of a thing. We don't just come. People don't just travel from Liberia and come to the United States and just go out there. No, before you get a people work permit here, there is procedure process. So if this foreign company will have this thing, and is we're talking about 40,000, and the legislature don't know anything about it, then it need to be revisited by this government. That is just sure it need to be revisited. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And that's the one thing I want to say again. I think this is a security issue. I hope we can keep this discussion. We can talk it now, but I hope you can bring back this discussion and find somebody that we can also
No,
bring,
yes, interestingly,
so
the
we can
next
get
time we're having
clarity.
this discussion, early next week, we're going to bring the lawmaker himself on. He
Yeah.
has agreed, he has accepted to come on. Now, I reached out to some folks within the system who know more about this thing. We've been talking back and forth, and those guys are willing to come on as well.
Okay.
Some of the very guys within the system who
Yeah.
were part of it from the very get-go. And but Vasco, I mean,
Yeah.
politics aside, politics aside, the lawmaker said that some top officials of the
Mm.
former administration, of the previous administration, which you supported, now, but
Yeah.
politics aside,
Mm-hmm.
when they went on to do the investigation, they saw that those people signed the document. The former justice minister signed, the former finance minister signed, the former labor minister signed, the former head of the Liberia Immigration Service, they all signed this document. Now, Vasco, what does it say about the process in its entirety? And
I
even
mean,
the government under which this particular deal was signed.
for what you have explained, and that identical process, that process to me is a fraud. I want to be clear, because they have the saying: once something is not done the right way or the proper way, it's not done at all. And this is the reason why we are coming back at this time to look at the process. And this is Liberia for you, my people. This is Liberia. These are the things that will happen everywhere. So this is a time for this government to bring some of these people to book, investigate, and let the public know that the justice minister, the former finance minister, and these are the people that were involved into this company coming. Like I said, now we can just speak, but it will be good. Like you said, next week you bring the lawmaker, and we also reach out to other people to that serve in the previous government, so they can be able to come on to, so we can have the discussion. Because these things need to come out. So a lot of things happen. People that got involved in it, we need to name them and shame them. Nobody can be stand behind anybody that will corrupt the system or do something. We can be stand behind you because I'm a seditious, so I'll back you for this. If you do a wrong thing, I will not do it. The only thing, if you see me on the show, I stand. I don't like to see people lie on people. That's why you see me going back and forth with people, because I know people. I know some people. You not come here and tell me about Samuel. I don't know Samuel too. He tell me this, Samuel too did this. You not see me standing with Samuel too to say, oh, he never did it or this and that. Once you can bring evidence and proof, the person I talk about him mostly is my boy Jeff, because I know he will live together. I know him well. So I can't sit there for people to punish that good boy or repetition.
Thank you, Vasco.
Apart from that, I
Nothing
will not
did,
see
Jeremy.
anybody
Oh,
mess.
that's enjoying it, man. So
Thank
real
you.
quick.
No. Nelson, you there? Are you frozen?
I think Nelson freeze.
I know because just hear
Yeah,
Boston
because
keep
I
going
thought he
like
was
this.
enjoying you that much that he just letting you
I
to just
know.
have a
Nelson
few
freeze.
days.
Go,
Let me
Thank,
Suarez.
let me continue now, Ami.
No,
yeah,
Suarez will go.
Sorry, go on.
thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that we're getting there. And bit by bit,
Where
as
you
we come
getting?
on here, I'm a time man. I mean, if you need to, let me talk at home. I'm glad that we're getting that, wherein we getting different tune tonight. But I think you're being fair, Vasco. And I think for like brother to make progress, we should acknowledge and say some of these things, no matter what support whatsoever government. Like everyone has said. So for me, I don't have clue to that information, so I will not say much. Right? I think we will have to discuss the issue back. Basically, before that, I would suggest to nursing, we have the contract sheet because I believe if even that contract did not pass through the legislature by law, they had a contract sheet with those that signed it because
Mm-hmm.
there has been a lot of contract awarded to people now looking at the procurement processes and all the basis laws surrounding contract in Liberia. That is one of the many contracts that has been awarded based on certain interests. So, like Vice and others said, the Minister of Justice and this government, whosoever owns that has certain responsibility over the contracts, they should take the lead by inviting those that were involved. If they are guilty or they did something that is not correct, I mean, let them be prosecuted so as to serve as a caveat to other people in government. Because don't forget to know now, we're talking about the CDC-led government, but even people in the government now, we have to do these things. If you cannot put a benchmark to it will
Mm-hmm.
stay continuous. So for government to be smooth, you have to set certain precedent so as to making other people afraid that yes, if I having to corrupt or do things against the Liberian people, I will have to pay for it. So I think it will be important the next time we have the contract scene or some basic document like Nelson said and already speaking to those guys. So when we have him before we get there, then we can get close to the contract, then we'll be speaking from more informed background, asking us some basic questions as well. But I think it's
Absolutely.
discouraging. No contract should be awarded. By law, the lawmaker are listening to him. No contract should be awarded in that certain amount if it is not passing through the right procedure. Yeah. So I think that's my take on this issue.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna disturb you when I heard this. The only fact is that these people are the one coming into our country more, right? How do we know they're not gonna take these things and be giving it to their relatives, their friends, and it's just like that?
Yeah.
I don't see how it's okay for you to give something like this to a foreigner. Especially the ones that are there that wanting to stay in the country, that are coming in the country more and more. Like I don't understand. And this is what we said. Like nothing said politics aside. Like people, the money, like when people see money, they greed and all of these things. It's gotten people here so much that they don't even think about the implication of some of these things they had done to their country, right? They don't even think about it. This is like an open door policy to India. If you ask me,
They will
no,
come.
seriously,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it looks like to me. And whoever, and like the senator said, the government don't even have any contract sheet or whatever. They don't have any access to the database that they're using, and so that is scary. So I think I really like what the senator did as a security personnel. I think that's his role, right? To kind of look into what's good for the country and what is safe or secure, or anything that kind of security threat to the country. So yeah, like be that said, maybe like Nelson need to bring them on and let be more informed about it, and if there's any way they can reverse the whole thing and have it done, because it doesn't sound right at all. And for it to be going the way, like without going to the legislator and just go with few individuals, and it's a bad thing. From the just saying that, it's not a good thing. So yeah, and I'm glad I gotta give it to you, Vasco. I think I'm baptizing you tonight.
So
We
so
was
what
fast.
happened?
Vasco
What happened?
was kind of a picture tonight to actually own up to the thing, not make politics out of, to play politics out of it, and actually
No, no.
said
I
that,
mean, you guys
you
have to
know.
leave Vasco.
So I
Vasco
had to
is.
think, no, we gotta give people that flower while they're alive. For
No, but
this,
why would you
There's
give
for
one
him
this
other
segment
flowers?
of
side.
But,
it,
but
Vasco?
right?
I mean that issue, that not political issue.
For
That's
this segment, we
security.
gotta
That's
give,
security of the
because
country.
it's disturbing for every one of us to
Yeah,
just have people and
yeah.
just, to
It
just say
almost like the same thing Respect did during the inauguration. He just went
yeah,
to social security and they gave on. Who know how much they gave him? The same old thing. So other
Come
people
on.
do not see
What
that thing
Grizzly
in
did
the
was
thing
wrong. But
coming.
yeah,
there
John, we
you
have people,
go.
your CDC people then that our social security or your
Welcome back,
private fund.
Vasco.
No,
Everything I want
the
to
high
social
can happen.
security.
The high can happen.
Oh my god. I can't even press you good. What you cannot tell money again?
But
So,
Social
but I
security
mean,
now,
this
John.
is
We have
but
serious.
package.
soiree, that the same thing that happen.
So,
That many
okay, so
parties,
guys,
But
we
PPCC.
have to move on. We have to move on, right?
Yeah,
there are
actually,
Um.
investigations
teacher.
on money
Yeah, yeah,
laundering.
yeah, yeah. Profile pics.
There are
So,
investigations around.
uh,
Nothing will come on
interestingly,
inside.
interestingly, we've been discussing this
Mm,
issue about
Something
fire
need to come.
outbreaks in the country.
Something need to come from the one here, Vasco.
Interestingly, we've been talking about the issue of fire outbreaks in the country. There have been wave of fire disaster across Liberia. It has claimed so many lives, and the
Mhm.
people have been very concerned. At some point, so many Liberians thought that this thing was not natural. It was not the. It was not anything usual. It wasn't. There was something other than the usual behind it. Well, of recent, we have been seeing videos circulating on the social media. So, guys, I mean, please take on. Let me attend to something quickly.
Yeah. Uh, uh, um. I don't have the video. Doesn't have the video, but later his system is not letting him tonight. But yeah, like he was saying, the fire problem in our country. Like we all the time we come here, we talk about it. I think we talk about it so much till we gotta make a jingle now, right, Francis? That like
Yeah.
that but the fire thing, because it's really disturbing to see, like ever since I seen that little boy burn, third degree burn, like, and to hear that he died the next day because of, then again, healthcare problems. So we shouldn't really be seeing it. I mean, like I said, we had all of these problems that we had before. We have right now. We had it before. We were not saying stuff like that. So I just got a conviction that some of these fire wasn't real. Like
Yo,
people was
so fire, so fire. That's very wild. See the kind of matches they left over there. But it's even burning long. Open the window and see it. What do you know? Fire. I mean, because I want how much more person for free? Fire in the house. Yeah, man. They took the fire in the house. Yeah. Scared what I play. So the kids. Generator room, the whole place.
There you have it. So these are some of the things. So, this is something that I really wish I was, like I said here before, I was wrong about, because I was just saying it because of what was going on, but I wasn't really sure. And I said until I can be proven wrong, I don't think some of these fires are real. I mean, just normal fire. And seeing stuff like this is really, really alarming. And then that's why I thought our people needed to see it and really be careful with people around and stuff. Yeah. So, guys, what do you think? Watching something like this after all these blazing flame everywhere going on and seeing something like that, what are your thoughts, Francis?
I mean, it's sad. It's a terrible thing to see. We see people losing their properties, losing their lives. people already struggling in Liberia. Outside of the deaths, I think at this time we have more than 11 deaths now from house fire and things like that. But then you got people who working or struggling because no job in Liberia anyway. People who go hustle, put a little zinc round down or beat a mud block and plaster to live in. The house is burning down. But then you got folks that are going around possibly setting these fires to people's homes. I mean, these people, they should be put under the jail if they are caught. But you see, that's one of the things we talk about too, the insecurity in our country. You see, a lot of people, after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, certain community people just run away to go into their houses. They don't want to be outside. You know, I remember back in the days, I mean, during Taylor time, when I used to go spend time steaming to our estate, when criminals were coming around a lot, we had a vigilante. We used to be outside at night and stuff like that. But you can't even do that now because you don't know who's outside in your community. A lot of these things are scary. And then coupled with that, you have people running in the house to stay away from the street. Then you got people going and throwing fire into their homes. I don't know what would take over somebody. What would possess somebody to do something like that? That is straight evil. Evil. And other person that people that do stuff that shouldn't even be put in jail. I'm sorry, but they should be executed. Because if you are doing something like that, look at that baby that burned. I'm not saying that somebody threw fire there, or I'm saying or not. But look at that baby, that baby that burned and went and died the next day. In that house, the video that I would just play, it was actually somebody that intentionally set that fire. What if the family was sleeping and that house caught on fire? Or they just said nobody was home, but that's the only property they have. That's the only place they get to lay their head, and it burned down. Now they are homeless. And you know our government don't have any means to say, you know, in other countries, they say, okay, come to homeless shelter, this, that, and the other. They have nowhere. Your house burned out, you're homeless, you live in the street, and your family don't take you in. So people are doing things like that. If it is true that people are doing these things, God will bless them, they will get caught. And then the devil should possess the government to treat them like the demons they are. But that's just wickedness. I hope it's not true, but if it is true, they deserve what coming to them.
Thank you, Francis. Pascal?
Yeah, I saw that video before. Like I can always say, we shouldn't play propaganda. All of this fire issue. So that video is a joke. It's just a joke. There's nothing real in that video. My view on this fire is like my view on this fire in Liberia is from the Bible. When the wicked are in power, these are some of the things that happen to a nation. Until the nation can come up and pray towards it, then you find solution. Because there is no fire around the world that people will not find solution or will not know what is the cause of those fire. Up to date, nobody is saying anything to anybody in Liberia that all the fire that we see moving around the country, it is because of the electricity or it is because of this. So please, gentlemen or ladies, we have to take precaution. We need to do this and we need to do that. Nobody say anything. But we just see one list, shot 2 minute video. Somebody's open glass window. So I don't know if people from outside can stop.
What the Joey Fire Chief say about the fire that occurred in Joey?
Man, we're not talking Joey. not discussing George.
No. You will tell us because I said George Boga not saying nothing about what caused the fire. I know
We
your
don't
fire chief
discuss.
said something about it. So please tell
Listen.
Liberia people what your fire chief said was the cause of the fire during your time. Your chief inspector, fire chief. What did he say about the fire that burned people's houses during your time?
Which one
Please
of the
tell
fire?
us.
Give an example. Which fire?
During campaign time, people burned to death in the house. Were on air when it happened.
Where? Because the people that got burned, they are not the Muslim school. They got burned because of the electricity. There was an electrical shock. The other people died in the house. It was because of the exhaust, the fire. The hard party.
So you got a fire report that told you that?
Yes.
Look at that one here.
It was a fire report.
Go ahead.
But you're all gone for more than 100 days. And nobody saying anything to us. Then you want me to say that even the people responsible to make us, to inform us that the cause of, because if you even take something and chunk it in somebody's house, when the fire people go there, they will determine what the cause of that fire.
Really? What capacity does Liberia have for that, Vasco?
No, only CDC town they had a capacity for everything
If we have
disappear
a
after they
capacity
left.
to determine the death of people in Liberia, all of y'all sat on this show here, you did say that the
Well,
government.
now you're playing politics. You're not being real with the issue.
No.
Because you're saying because they said this, so that. Why you saying what you saying?
Exactly.
Is that what you're telling us right now?
Service? How can you have a fire service in the country and say the fire service cannot determine the cause of fire in a nation? Hey, man, I mean.
You need equipment for
you having a fire,
service, you just look at that and determine.
Dissolve the fire service.
But thank you, Vasco.
Yeah, you cannot have something that you say the thing can determine
what
the cause of certain.
Let me not waste my bird.
You see that?
Yeah, I mean,
you cut me off. I didn't even.
So wait. I got one question for Vasco just before Swari comes in. Vasco, if you are attributing the fire situation to spiritual, biblical issues, now you're quoting the Bible talking about when the evil, what did you say? When the evil rule?
I'm not talking about Rosia today.
Okay. Listen. But you said when the wicked rule, then these things will happen.
Yeah.
So, under the CDC, at the Muslim hospital, at the mosque, 23 children. It was the biggest fire disaster ever in Liberia. 23 children plus the teachers. They all got burned. And Vasco, you know what? I provided coverage for the incident when the bodies were taken to the mosque. They lined those people up. They put them in a queue like, I don't even know how to describe it. You could count the bodies. 23, 24 persons lined up. Vasco. If this fire issue is attributed to evil ruling and stuff like that, then when you say that Liberia was under a very evil government when that situation occurred, I mean, how do you reconcile that with what we have in now?
Yes, what we have in now is calamity.
Excuse me.
No, see, we're serious here. That's it. What we have in right now in Liberia is what we call calamity. Continual process. If I start to name, look, under this government, apart from the war, what happened during George Weah? That was the only incident that people lost their life like that.
When did the Unity Party chairman whom got burned?
It got burned during the CDC administration. Yes, it got burned. And we all know the cause of that fire.
We do?
That LEC.
No, we do. And y'all
Can
know
you
very
show us
well.
the reports that you got?
Somebody
Because
will
only you
No,
got.
no,
I want to
let's
know
protect the
reports.
brother. Let's protect the
Yeah,
brother.
we know
Okay,
the
I'm
cause of
protecting
that
you. I want
fire.
to ask you a question.
What
We
was it,
know the
Vasco?
cause of that
Oh,
fire.
Vasco is
It's
there.
just
What was
that.
it?
You say what?
What was the cause?
It's a generator. The
Really?
generator was the cause. Look, the fire service, although they were not really effective in cutting off some of the fire at the time, but they were always coming up with fundings. The cause of that fire when the chairman was trying to turn the whole thing to be that people went to the warehouse, the fire service said no. And they got people from within the house and they admitted, they called them for questioning. And
I
they
mean, what?
and
Nelson,
they
as
admitted,
a
y'all know
journalist,
that. But y'all know that.
do you have
You
any
understand?
report of all
But
these
next
things Vasco saying?
to your
Because we
question
don't know.
again, what happening right now is calamity.
So right now the fire
The
service is
Go,
calamity
determined.
for
go back,
judgment continue,
go
right?
back. The total issue of fire incident. Almost 100 people die in a fire. That is calamity.
100.
80 plus, the possession
Yeah,
check.
yeah, that was up to 100 according to reports.
I'm telling you, that is what they call calamity.
But
Look around you.
that
Since
situation
Liberia was
happened.
24 people that are calamity.
Yeah.
how
That
many times
natural
it happened
occurrence.
over the 6 years? You just
24
went
Okay,
in
people.
thank you,
just in 100 days,
thank you, Vasco.
you get more than
Let's have
100 houses now born. More than 100
let's have
calamity.
Soiree to come in. Soiree, please come in.
He's
Thank you,
bad.
Nathan. Vasco is such an interesting guy on the show. But I can understand sometimes you want to quote a Bible verse to describe the government. I can name you more than three fire disasters that was heavy, that was disheartening under the CDC-led government. Should we call that calamity or take your Bible verse,
Yeah, the calamity that
whatsoever
continue right now.
stuff you have for your Bible, how they call it,
Evil Josh, yeah.
you have for your Bible verse to attach it to those fire incident. But the issue about Liberia is such an interesting country in a sense where you see people politicizing everything. For me, I want to be a little bit careful because there is a national platform. I saw that video. I kind of think differently. It was not screen to me because that is the country we from. That is the country we found ourselves in as a people. So there are certain things about Liberia is not constrained to me. It is not a surprise. But when some of these things happen under circumstances of wanting to get rid of people because you want to make somebody make feedback or you want to make a government feedback, it is a problem. Now, like I said, I want to be careful. The authenticity of that video is one thing, right? And basically, you want to understand the instance of which it happened. So, like I said, Liberia is an country is an interesting country where you cannot disprove or dismiss the fact that these things can happen, or just political game, or people want to do it to get at people in the name of making people look bad. But again, what we want to tell our people, you got to be cautious, not just on the LEC, because there are instances that are shown that not only LEC doing these things, right? There are people around the place doing these things for their own personal goal. So you have to be careful, like we've been carrying the education constantly. Maybe tomorrow, friends will have the show. Tomorrow, we're going to be there again, educating our people on some preventive measure about fire. So you have to know that fire is a serious, I call it, let's say, a serious setback to human life. So you have to take all precaution measures before you go to bed. You understand that where you put your mosquito coil, because most of the things people just say LEC, LEC. Over the past few now, like the sister said, we have had LEC. So we have had the kind of a sun that's shining. So basically, I don't want to attribute all the fire incident to just LEC and all this stuff. We understand people are in the constant habit of stealing current and doing other things that sometimes when current come, it causes problem. So, but basically, there are some things that the issue about certain fires that took place Chinese Coastal. I don't know, you follow that issue. They got a lot of people that left in that fire. People did not even identify the amount of people that left in that fire. That fire was caused by the mosquito coil people sometimes like. Sometimes they little put the mosquito coil on and put the mosquito coil on the bare ground. So usually when the mosquito coil finish, the little one that lead up, the little girl wake up in the net and then her foot touched the mosquito coil and then it went on the mattress. Before they came to themselves, no. That whole place and that place, most of the places they had zinc around all those stuff. So our people should understand that these things are common things. Sometimes people don't take into consideration, but it brings a lot of you know bad things or let's say a lot of disaster to your surrounding. So let people understand these things. The issue of a fire should not be politicized. We pray that we got moved in it because we understand that the budget has been increased at a certain level. I don't know what is there for fire survey. Uh, we pray that there should be something there for them so they can get their work doing because it's very constraining that you will have an arm of government that deal with fire then. I mean, you go a lot something to them that they only restricted to their pay or personnel call or how the operational aspect of it is not realistic. So our people should understand that fire is not man friend and you should always take the precaution measure. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. And I thought Vasco had already been baptized, but coming to people's life, talking about calamity. Calamity that started on the George Weah because like Rimpo made that mistake, so it continues. I guess that's what it is. And he said it, it continues. Because the Tango fire it happened on the George Weah presidency. So I don't know. And that was he said it himself, 100 people. So I mean, we shouldn't we come here and see stuff like this, and want to make it all my party until it's one of your relatives, right? Then it will become not so much my party. It's sad, okay? We don't care. Even if I didn't like anyone who won election, to want to do stuff like that. Because if this is really true that if something like this happens, it's not just ordinary person just getting up to do this stuff. Or sometimes some copycats, right? Because they see stuff like that going on. They say, oh, send a fire thing happening. Let me use because I don't like this person. Let me use it too and do this to this person home. And it's really sad for people to want to do this to another human being. How sick can you be? And then sit and put on something. The evilness that our brother can always talk about evil. I just want you to just come here like one day and just say all the evil thing that this person has done. That calamity, according to you, will be taking over the Obuzu lane, all the whatever lane, according to you. It's so sad. You come and just spill words about someone you had no evil. I don't know if you know the definition of evil because somebody were in government, according to you, and then do what. So I mean that evilness, the evilness for somebody to do for things that have to happen. You cannot sit here and tell us what a JMB has done so evil in your book. You cannot tell us that certain girl would be so angry to start burning people alive. Seriously, stop there. Seriously, let's be honest and be serious when we come here and talk about people's lives. People are losing their lives. People are losing their properties, things that they can't even recover from. Right? People jumping out, and I know that life is the most important thing. But after they get out of there, where to start from? That we all know there's no job in the country right now. So it's sad for if we see stuff like that for people to want to do something like that, and not just the fire service. I hope the government really equip the police to be able to be doing these patrols and stuff there to ready beef up security because that's how you catch some of these things happening. when you beef up security and be doing all the patrols, because most of the thing happen during the night. And ever then maybe you'll be able to catch the heartless and soulless people that drink and eat politics, political
Thank you.
party or evilness. So I really hope that the IG and other people may have seen video that whether it's true or not, to be on your guard. You can just dismiss it. It will be true. Or it may not be true, but you gotta be on your guard to see what this lead to. You can't just say, "Oh no, it can't be," or somebody, because Vasco already not detect that people just come together and try to take that video for him. Nothing real in it.
Thank you.
I don't believe so.
Thank you.
I think there's
Thank you,
something to
Emmy.
this. It needs to be investigated.
I
Thank you,
want us. I
Nasser.
want us to. I want us to conclude with this video. From the very onset of the show, Vasco said something. He said the 100 days is unfortunate that the 100 days, even after the 100 days, the market women are still complaining. The people who depend on the petty hustle every day to feed their children are complaining, and things are even worse with them. Well, but is it possible on any government for things to be 100% upright? For the economy to just start moving, booming, where the business women and men can get customers coming as per their expectation? Is it ever possible? Is this thing a reality? But let's listen to this interview quickly, and then we'll come back to conclude with this.
What's your name? Alicia said, our business. No, buy. They buy the business, I not buy. So the money I put it down. Since I put out the money, I buy 1 year, still on the table. And now I buy it for 3,800. I used to buy it before. I used to buy it for 2,000. So now 2,300 about 9 36. And the small kg bag. I buy the bottle in. Then the plenty going in the market, make I want for the plenty for 1,005. So that 1,008 for 1 point. The other kg bag buy them for 4,000. Oh, we bring the market going on and so the market, they want bad for the market. So we bring the market. If you put a food, no customer will be able to come now. The way buy it, if you put a business. So no business, not buying the market on farm. Buying the business for we want different and I blow out our children. School fees for. Yeah. No want to hear about another husband not working, no job. As for me, my husband is a contractor, but now no work. If I can say in the market, I want to be the father. So help my children, and my children going to school. But I went in the hospital in the 12th grade. Now he said, yeah, the one that no improvement. Yeah, what did I improve it? Only school fee now. Yeah, so that either. So we're going to go to work. That thing be far for us. That is their soccer. That poor car buy the market. That I say I put the market as far as when I started. Thank you for talking.
So there you have it.
I plenty look good.
There you have it, guys. Let's hear from you. Let's start the conversation with Vasco. Then we're going to just go to the phone lines from Francis, Emmy, and Bila. You are muted, Vasco.
Okay, I thought I was gonna be between them, but no problem. So Nelson, that is what I was just saying. Okay, I know you asked a question that it is impossible for a government.
No, I'm asking, is it possible for any government to set everything up right in 100 days? You spoke of the hardship. You say it's even worse under this administration. Is it possible for everything to get on track, running, kicking 100% by any government? Is this thing a reality or is it just the politics of the day?
Yeah, Nelson, I mean, it is possible, but like the way you're saying it, for everything, no. But every good government, when you get to power, there is some basic things. I mean, when the government look, the reason why you see the people behaving the way they behaving because of the expectation. When you go to run campaign, you tell the people what you will do. So the BM government, they told the people that they was going to do it more than the CDC government, and they were saying it loud and clear. They said even in our first 100 days, we will drop the rest price from this price to this one. We will do this and we will do that. So now those people in the market, that expectation haven't been met. So that's why you see the people they are frustrated. What is taking the prices up? What is taking the prices up? Because if they were buying the rest $15, because I know we came to power, some of the things they would drop red price to $13.50. So when you buy it, we drop rest price to $13.50. We even dropped the rate. There was a time the US rate came down. This government,
But Vasco, if you drop the rice price to $17 or to $13, how come this administration made it at $16, $17?
no, Nelson, it was not Nelson. I'm here. I buy rest every time for my family.
And Nelson is in Liberia.
The thing, no, yeah, things that people don't know. We that used to go and buy rest directly from the port, the rest was $13.50. When you go to the Fuller shop or to the Nigeria shop, they want profit. So they will tell you either you buy the rest $14.50 or $15.50. But the actual price for the rest was $13.50.
No,
That's
but then
any
no, Vasco.
business
For then,
person.
for then Vasco, then the actual price in that case is the $15 or $16 you're talking about. How many Liberians can go to the Freeport or Monrovia to go and buy rice?
So people leave Maryland and go
No,
to
let's see
Freeport.
now. Let's see.
We're listening.
Prices around the country before the CDC government left from power, the rest went to $15. $15. I will not lie to you. It went to 15.
Vasco.
Yeah.
Are you talking about somewhere around December last year? We that in the country were buying rice for $15. Is that
Yeah,
the point you're making?
$15.
Nothing else been feeling 70 pounds.
$15. Listen, $15. How much is the rest right now? And the rest
Oh.
is $17 or $18.
I thought you knew the price.
No, but I buy rest already. I'm telling you that's his price. You know what? You know how we buy rest here. We just send our money and the people go pick it up. You know how we buy rest here. So
Okay.
the rest right now is $17, almost $18. So why the price went up when you have this sophisticated people in government? Sophisticated people that know how to fix the economy. Why they could not?
Oh, Jesus.
Because the president said, listen to the president's speech, most of the campaign. He said we're going to address the hardship in our first 100 days. We'll have people looking at all the hardship, what causing the hardship. But today, the hardship is increasing. So yeah, these
Thank
people
you,
that
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Vasco.
copy there from my mother this.
Yeah, thank you,
You're
Vasco.
about singing here all day.
We have to go to the
yourself.
phone line. Yes, so we
I
can
called him. I
take
said thank you. You
Eva.
can tell everybody thank you, right? Thank you very much.
Let's see, I'm begging you.
But anyway, Vasco,
Don't be bringing me first. When you see, you know, sorry they left.
there's no
But you
competition
want
here.
for
There's no competition here.
I know you
Nah.
always complain.
Three
We
whatever.
all speak against Joseph Burger, all speak against George
You're
Weah.
gonna
So
keep
nobody has
Mariki,
to
come
talk.
get
For
him.
media style and media go. You see, an irresponsible government like the CDC government, when they took over from Ellen Johnson, from Madam Sirleaf, the economy was not in a free fall. It was not dropping from the sky like rock. The economy was not going down. So they came in and met a thriving economy. The economy was not the best when CDC came in after Madam Sadi, but it was not as bad as it is or as it was when Joseph Boakai took over. But they mismanaged everything that was left. They mismanaged everything because they came in with Buga. They thought government was celebrated. They thought government was big show. So they had no clue as to what to do. When Manasari left office, things were not the best, but it was better. The economy was not going down. And you see, this Vasco man he can lie too much. Wasn't there recently that Spoon Talk CEO did a full drive and bought rice, 25 kg. Before the man gave him a discount, the guy brought the trucks, I think 4 trips to Spoon. And because Stanton was buying it that amount, he gave it for I think 1650 or 1625. Because Stanton was buying a lot, he gave the discount. So Vasco, stop lying here to our people. You should be ashamed to come on here and speak up like there's no evidence talking about rice price. On a judge where it was $13, it went to $15. Stanton bought rice to give to people. I remember that show. And he thought he was only going to give to 25 people before he knew it went out of control. He raised so much money. I think he gave him 5,000 bag of rice. And the guy gave him a deal. And the deal was, I believe, $16.50 or $16.25. So it was $70 and change for rice at that time. So stop lying. Stop lying to the people. You see, right now, we are looking for this government to turn things around. But it's not just a simple thing. When you inherit a problem that is bigger, much bigger than what you expected, it's not a small feat. So yes, I don't want to listen to the excuses from the current administration because our people are suffering in Liberia. They've been suffering way too long. So we don't want any excuses. But we're not equally so sit on this platform and let people like Vasco to come and just spew the lie, the garbage to our people. Talk about right with $15 when Stindo bought for $16 and change. That was a discount given to him because he was buying thousands of bags of rice. He want to lie here.
Thank you,
The people are suffering. President Boakai need to do something. This administration need to turn it around. Our people deserve better. But the mess that he made, nobody expected that mess.
Nope.
Nobody expected the stuff that he made. So yes, it will be strong. It will be a tough time. When Obama took over in 2008 from President Bush, America was in a recession. The country was tough the first year, but yes, he turned it around because that's what responsible government do. So we are looking at President Boakai to turn this thing around because we have no choice.
Thank you,
but
Francis.
to make sure our people are taken care of. That businesses, the market should sell. Thank you.
Yeah. Be that like you or me. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just left from Liberia. When I left from that rest there, 25 kg was 17.50 cents.
No, Vasco that pushing doesn't let me know more than
So
you.
basically,
Mute.
Vasco come on the platform and misinform our people. I'm glad that we are here with the energy to correct some of the information. President Boakai did not tell anybody that he's going to change Liberia in 100 days or take out the hardship in 100 days. I mean, this is the man who served in government for a time with a vast experience in different sectors. He will not be out of his head to tell Liberians that are going to take hardship from in the country within 100 days. Even the little old man over there who cannot understand things will never tell you that government can transform things in 100 days. But we as supporters, that we've always been advocating for the people here, we tell the government to do the necessary things so as to minimizing some pressures. They have already started the step. Like I started the show, monetary arms of various institutions has not been proactive. You could put a policies in place, but the implementary aspect of it is the problem. The issue about dropping tariff on rice is important. Dropping tariff on uh, fuel and gas is important. But implement the law or the policies so as to that policy infatuating the lives of our people. Because there are many people that get different agenda. People will go buy rice, $13 whatsoever dollar from Freeport. They will not even be reasonable as to how they sell it. Some going to go to put $5, $6 profit on it. Come on. How many profit do you want? You want to exploit the people. And you know that the price control in Liberia is a serious problem. Sometimes
Yeah.
government will take policies, but I mean, people who got a responsibility to go around to make some of these videos things, they will not do it. Sometimes they compromise themselves to various tools and other stuff. So the government has to be brutal on that. When I listen to the agriculture ministers, on spoon they're going to talk about some level of relief that we will be making our own fund to feed ourselves. The issue of a reduction of importation to 70% is very unique. Though I've had some dissenting opinion, like we should do different things that will attract uh, uh, international partners to come and give more to us to empower local farmers and all the stuff. But I think that is in a very good direction as well. So the issue about somebody thinking that 100 day the country will transform, even the CDC, when it took power, it took them terms people think will get on track. So no government, with the exception of Liberia, no government in the world or no new government will come to power. You expect things to just magically escalate or things should just go out of the way. No, 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 no. So it will take a time. We understand how people got concerned. We're not dismayed, they are concerned. This government should look in direction on that because one of the things like bro, if you ever like bro somebody you were all very proud. With no abuse to like bring people, right? But if you're ever those basic things, bread and butter issue, I think people are gonna understand that you're getting there. But
Thank
there's
you.
a lot of yeah.
I mean, you
So
want
yeah, thank you, Nelson. So you see, oh Jesus, how do I start? This whole thing about 100 days. I don't know in Liberia, 100 days attend to the new 6 years of the completed term of the person just got elected. You know, this is why the Liberian people will never take this decision seriously because you were just in power. You dragged us into the toilet, right? Everything went down the drain. And then you have the audacity that new government took over. You want to sit here and say that you fixed everything in 3 months or 100 days. There did a real issue come up for you to criticize. People will not listen to you anymore because you're not even. The last time Nelson went to the market, one old woman, the one that was complaining about the people selling wholesale and selling retail and all of that. You asked her, you saw what she told you. She said, in your mind, it will take like maybe the second year before we even see something good, which is true. Judge, we are like my brother Ashra Kupo said. He said, Judge, we are made a stable, good economy as compared to Joseph Boakai. And his government was as bad as it did. It was never anywhere near what Joseph Boakai inherited. Things were never bad like this. Any government came, y'all came and made good price of rice. You started taking it up. Joseph Boakai said we would address the problem in the first 100 days, according to you. Does that mean we will fix it? He said address it. They are addressing the problem. Is it fixed? No, you have to address it in its process, right? In addressing those problems, it's process. You can't just go one day and just, I mean, as most of us don't know about government, but at least we know about fixing things. You have to go through processes. Then you can't just get there and they just jump and just from ground, I mean, from 1 to 10. No. What happened to the other numbers in between? So it's for advice to be for the people now and be caring for hardship. We were just saying it in December, in November, in September. Vasco said the people were enjoying. Joshua were doing great. And we was open the phone line, and the people would be calling, telling us how much the suffering. If this government did so well, my question that I always asking, in 3 months, for things to go back under a government that did so well, it's comical. Like, we should still be feeding that well that you did in the past 6 years. That's how things work. Government's continuing. We should still be, the poor should still be feeding that greatness that happened in the 6 years. When the government try to put policy in place now, that should be the one that should change it. Now they just came, they don't even have money to do anything yet. They're still trying to hire people. They have not even started it, and then flew. Everything just switch around without even touching anything yet. Then what happened when they do? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Yeah, like first I said, when Obama came in place, we were running into recession. And it got worse before it got better. And that's exactly it. That's what's going to happen in Liberia. Things might get a little tougher before it starts to get better. Because you have to do those things that is right to put it back on track. So when we tell our people, say, and some of the people they know, and then some people that just, our people like just want a microwave miracle, and sometimes and things like that. But if you ask in that same market, just 3 months ago, were your goods finishing when you come to the market before 12 o'clock? Was it? They will tell you no. It's the same thing that continuing. So for us to come in and talk about this government that's supposed to, they are fixing it, Roscoe. Give it time and you will see the proper time. Not especially this the way they made it. They don't say in a separate tent. We said rotten. They have to do things to clean it up, to bring it, and the money that you're supposed to use to do this thing, there was none there. They never met anything tangible that to do those things. So it's gonna take time. They have to raise the money. They have to do all of that before they start to fix it. So if y'all don't start the propaganda, the cheap propaganda, as for somebody who just came from power and had the people suffering and come in and be acting that you so care for them and everything's supposed to be bread and butter. The Liberia will not take you seriously. Only the sedition will be singing praises with you and be agreeing with you. I'm sorry. Thank you, Nelson.
Nelson, this is a big platform for you to allow Eminem to come and just be giving the people all those lies.
Stendo did not buy back a rent for 1650 to distribute.
You know how the United Party government left Liberia, and you know how CDC government left Liberia.
Way better than the CDC government did. I'll tell you that.
What are you speaking from?
Vasco, the center not buy bag of rice 1650.
Yeah, people talking. You know the CDC government left Liberia.
Vasco,
everything you left in our country, we did it more than you.
Vasco, for the question for you: am I lying about center buying bags of rice for 1650?
Answer your question.
We left more hospitals.
No. Answer the question, because you started lying.
The state not left 50 million. You left 15 million.
I just said
that's the one at a time, guys.
So guys,
I just said
have to go to
something
the
on
phone
your message
lines.
to tell you what the World Bank said. I'm for rest.
Unity Party left.
What happened on the ground?
Exactly.
World Bank report.
Unity Party left.
1650 to distribute the people for free. Was that in Jupiter?
Who?
When Stendo did a food drive and bought bag of rice, and he got it for a deal. The guy, he bought truck load and he paid 1650. So it was $70 and change. The guy gave
because
it.
Because
Stanton
bought rest, so that way you're taking your own clue from.
No, but that's the market. That's the market. You say it was $15. It was less than $15.
But do you know how business people work?
So
the business people
get money. The business people know that Stanton's a rich man. You think they're going to go sell rest to Stanton for 13.50 cents? Are you talking so?
First,
you didn't put no potential.
You don't get potential. The man had to sell the Stanton for 1650 because Stanton was buying bulk. It was a deal you get to Stanton. The price was actually 1750.
My brother,
I think you got some sense, bro.
George Ria, the thing was clear. when Liberia will have the cheapest rest around Africa, $13.50. What your wicked people started to do in our country, you used to go and take all the rest and carry to
Vasco,
Guinea and
something wrong
Liberia.
with you. Something
You
wrong
don't
with you.
know that
Escape the institution.
until the president went
No,
serious
no,
now
no,
to
no,
the
guys.
people.
Francis, we have to
Yeah,
respect. We have to
my bad.
respect
Yeah,
the
you see,
view of every
The
single
one way
person
your
here on the
president
platform.
said
I
is
can't.
they,
All right.
yesterday we
No,
have to
Vasco,
I
open the
apologize.
bag.
I apologize.
Vasco,
I take it back. But this
We
guy,
have to
tell
he
open
has
the
some,
president,
bag and
he
put
has
rest
Vasco,
some
start
shame
the
yesterday.
juice.
to come
No,
and
Yesterday.
lie.
guys,
I'm
let's
giving you
let's let's
evidence.
go.
It's
No,
recorded on
guys.
phone.
Yeah, guys, let's go to the phone
president,
lines.
you
Let's
have
let's
your
let's
when you have
provide
your
our
view.
audience. Vasco, I will have to mute you
Pastor P
now.
mute.
I will,
We
I will,
tell you,
I will mute every
we
other
heard
person
enough.
now. I will
Then what are
I
we?
will mute every other person now because we have to go to the phone lines. We have the WhatsApp number on the screen already. Is +231 776 918 639. Call via WhatsApp only, and let's have a
Right.
conversation now. Let's take on these issues. Vasco shared a screenshot with me. Is a publication from the Liberian Observer. Vasco, I think I would even prefer you sharing the link because once you share the link, we
We
can
want to
get.
see everything.
I can be able to have access to the entire thing here rather than just
We
sending
don't want copy and paste.
a screenshot. A screenshot, and it's important. I mean, we always have these different views on the issues, but what matters most is how tolerant we are when it comes to allowing our colleagues to have their say on those issues. So the WhatsApp number is up now. Let me see if I can start to take just a few calls here as we wind down the curtains on the show tonight. Let me make sure my WhatsApp is working as I try to do this.
Oh, now I see you going again. Oh gosh.
Yeah, but
They ain't done
seriously, every day the opposite day for Vasco. So he's saying Stanton agreed to buy rice for higher price. For higher price.
I want to tell you how business works. It's
No,
just simple.
I'm a businessman,
Can we
bro.
do it one at a
You don't,
time
they
and
don't know.
not
You
go
don't
Vasco,
know.
through
let me finish
everything?
away. You can't tell me how business work. Because I do it here in the US and I do it in Liberia.
President,
You can't tell me how business work.
Stanton are the businessman or Stanton is the person.
No. You want to tell me how business work. I'm doing it here, I'm doing it in Liberia. What
But you don't know
business person
how
that's
Vasco.
spending money?
If I'm doing
What
business,
business person that's spending money wants to lose money?
if I'm doing business with Stanton, me,
You a cheese center? Is
you
that
think
what
I'm
you're
gonna tell?
saying?
So
Do you
The
think I'm gonna
corruption
tell
you're
already
talking
Stanton?
about from
knew
we are
the
government.
price
You
of
see
rice.
you
Nelson
see where
knew
you
the
are
price.
investing to here? Because
You think
somebody
Stanton
get
didn't know
money, so
the
you
price
go
of
and
rice?
increase price. That's corruption.
If I can get $2 from bag in Liberia for somebody, if Stanton from America want to buy rice from me, I will have $4 on it.
You see the
Money.
corruption that we talking
Stanton
about?
got here. People, employees in Liberia, they eat rice every day. They buy rice. They know how much they sell in the store.
So you're
So
so
they will
corrupt
sit
like
on
your
there
government
and let Stanton
CDC.
go buy it for higher price.
But
And you want to help the Liberian people?
how you
Come
know?
on, bro.
If
First
Stanton
thing you
knew,
can
if
carry a
Stanton knew
person
he
up
got
of
people,
Vasco Benin.
why
Vasco
he didn't
I
pass
just try
through
to
the people?
argue
But
with
you
Nelson
pass.
that living in Liberia. And he here pushing cartoon, but he try
When
to argue
You're
with
right,
Nelson
sis.
living
You're
in
right.
Liberia. And
rest.
You're
you
right.
here carry your temper.
I get my family in Liberia buy rest.
Nelson live in Liberia.
So the people that
So your family
you,
are
do
all
you
the
think
people living
do
in
you think
Liberia.
do
Nelson
you
live
think my
there.
family will lie to me? You
You
think my
told
family will
us
lie
that
to me?
your family buy rice from the free pool.
Nelson
That's
never
what you
lie.
said.
Nelson never lie.
Okay, guys.
You
Let's
said
do
your family
this.
buy rice from the free pool.
I'm having some issues with the whole connection thing. Is really not working. Um,
You want me to
here,
put my number?
yeah, you can put a number up.
Do I want to do that?
Oh, okay.
You
So
put
you
let me
can.
put my own number off. If
Let
you
me
put
tell
your
you
number off,
something. Amy, you try it.
also rescue people will
the,
be calling.
Oh, Pastor,
the
put your
calls
number
I can
up.
get for using my WhatsApp for my show I used to do. So now even at night time, 3 o'clock in the morning, the next day I get a call. Try it, you see.
Okay. Okay, so guys, I think we'll disregard the call thing for tonight.
Yeah,
We'll
man. I
do our
really want to play
closing.
protocol internet, man.
We'll
The financial
we'll
tell
do our
my people
closing.
that live in America telling them how much they paying for rest.
Okay,
Saying your family
so
can go to
let me
free.
let me see if I can
Well, all of
squeeze
them
this
can go to
call
free
in.
port.
Yeah, guys, let's see if we can squeeze this call in. I think you have to reduce the volume of your monitor. Okay, hello.
Yeah, hello, Nelson.
Oh, okay, this is George. How come your number didn't appear? George, welcome to the show.
Look, thank you so much, Nelson. I just listening to the show, and I just decided to make my point as well because I see my brother Francis making an argument about rice price and other things. What I want to say to you, the reason why Stanton bought the rice expensive is because the rice he was buying was not subsidized. There's a terminology called subsidized. So the government were paying the rest importers to reduce the price of rice. But Jabba, who was producing the rice in Liberia, his rice was not subsidized. He was not getting the money from the government. So his price was different. I think that's the simple analogy to understand why standard bought the rice more expensive. The second thing is that I see people arguing on the show about what is happening in Liberia. If if they tell you that the CDC left the country bad off, if you ask them how, what happened, what is the thing that they broke, what is the thing that they spoiled, they won't tell you.
Fasco, can you
All they say is that
mute, please, Fasco? Kindly, everyone else said please mute. Because we have to
they
wrap
cannot
this up.
say why or how the CDC government left the country bad. They will say the country bad, and they are giving excuses every day. And Nelson, this show is becoming monotonous. Every day people come, and why are the people in the market? When you the people in the market, they tell you how things are getting harder and harder every day. These guys on the show is insulting the intelligence of the Liberian people, talking about something else. And it is wrong. And you need to continue to start to put people into check to make sure that we don't continue to insult the intelligence of the Liberian people by saying something completely different from what they are going through. It is ridiculous. So look, I understand that people have to defend because they brought this government to power, but please do it with a little bit of a sway, or let's say swag. I would say that. Please, because it's getting obnoxious to listen to why you just defend. And this is the same thing that other people were doing, and you insulted them, and you come to do the same thing. I think it's ridiculous. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you. And you know, this is interesting. It's interesting to see how we flip positions. Yesterday, it was the
Exactly.
folks in the CDC that were in this very space. Now, it's the folks who supported the Unity Party that are in this space. Well, it depends on where you sit. Let's do our closing now. I don't think we have that luxury of time to take uh, many calls tonight. Let's start our closing. Let's start with you, Swari,
It
because
was gonna be so great to hear from people from Liberia, man.
I see
We
Francis
hear people
ready wants
that
to jump
anyway,
in.
man. We hear from people from Liberia ready fit in the pinch. But anyways, Nelson phone is not cooperating tonight.
Swari, are you okay?
Thank you. Emotional jealousy we insult, but you can't point out any insult. You're talking to people with intellect. Nobody, they show got rules and regulations. Nobody will sit on the show and insult anybody because they feel they want to insult. And I think nursing will be able to do that necessary checkpoint. I think nursing will not even allow for a platform to be desecrated that way. But basically, George talked about a few things that made me a little bit comical. If you sit on a platform, all of us that are on the platform that supported the Unity Party, we have the guts to say that is not good. Point out one day you came on a platform to say the CDC this day wrong.
Don't
You
worry
talk
about.
about you want to use a terminology and you can't tell the meaning of the terminology. It's so saddening for people like you. You talk about we abusing the minds of the people. We acknowledge that things are not rosy in Liberia. Things that we abuse the intelligence of the people. When you listening, Senator Dillon can always say, hearing, listening, and understanding is a 3 different things.
Different thing. Yeah.
So, George, when you follow the platform, you
Okay,
follow with comprehension.
so listen.
So,
Sorry. Sometimes it's important that we address the issues and forget going after individuals, because
correct.
if
George
you
said
come
something.
and if you come and be more about this person, the next man is more about the other person, the next person is more about the other person, we will be leaving the real issues. The real issues as the issue are the issues that are affecting the Liberian people that we need to talk about. We need to make analysis around every time we come on the platform, and not going after
No, see,
um
I don't think he's
who
going after anybody though.
we
He
have to,
responded to the allegation
yeah,
against people sitting
I
on the
know,
platform. That's
I
what he
know,
expressed. He's
I
not
Nursing,
going
know,
after anybody.
I know,
nursing,
I know, I
nursing,
know.
nursing.
So, but I want us to be issue driven at times, please. Sorry, have you landed? Have you concluded?
No, I
You
just
want
want
to
to
take
listen.
20 seconds? Yeah, just take 20 seconds to conclude.
So thank you. We're not let people to pollute their platform. Spoon is a very big platform people listen to. For somebody to come there and just show us something and go, we make the clarity. I've not been personal. I'll not be personal. We should always be issue driven. I agree with you. But we will always have the guts to clarify some of the things people are saying. Not
Thank you, sir.
personal roses. We say that on this platform. We urge the government to do the necessary thing. There's no excuse for all the things that we said in the past. It should be done because that is why we are voted for. Thank you very much for having me.
Exactly.
Thank you. Francis, I see you want to come in, or should we take Vasco? Okay, go ahead. Vasco, please go ahead, sir.
That's cool.
Okay, nursing. I just share a link with you from how you call it, Front Page Africa. I think it was 2021 edition. Please, I know we don't have the time tonight. Please send it in the chat room. Let my brothers and sisters read it. When I come here, maybe because you feel on the opposite side.
No, Josh. Sorry. Vasco, I'm saying is not Front Page Africa. This is the publication you share with me. Is
Okay, like,
the is it Liberian Observer?
no, nothing. I just
That's
send you one. I just send you one. I just send you some kind of link just now. Just front page
okay.
for Leonard Dolo. Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about that first one. I send you the Front Page Africa publication. I think 2020, 2021. Let's tell
That
you
one is the one
what
that's
George we
still
did.
between
What
13
George
to
we did.
$14.
I on my closing. We give me chance. What George we did when he came the rest price was $16. Now Front Page Africa. 16. And how much he dropped it to?
In 2017, the rest price was 15.
Hey, right there. That's what gonna put in the chat room. I know it won't, and we'll come back here. And one thing I want to say, look, I'm here. Every day the callers can call and they come after me. You know why I don't reply to them or say any demeaning thing to them? Because everybody have their view. When we come here, you have your view. I have my view. When people call on this show and give their view, we are on the show as panelists. We don't have to go after them. That's why you have all the time here to go to the issue the person spoke about and make the Liberian people to understand what the person said. And if you want to say the rightful thing, you say it. But when people call on the show and give their own opinion on issue, then you're start attacking them. And these are some of the things we talk about. The change you're talking about, the change should be into you people. We were just on the show, Jenna, just before me to give my own analysis, what I know about the rest. Friends here attacking me.
Thank you, Vasco.
So there's change here that the people see it in you're the rescue people.
We take advice.
We shouldn't go on each other personality. If I can't say some things, I mean, if you feel aligned, come by and say the right thing. You don't even know, I enjoy you so much on the show because every time I come when I speak, your leader issue, you speak. Your leader issue, you come to me, and you know what you're doing. You're making me more popular. If I can't lie, you can't tell the truth. That's how the show must be. If I say respect $18, come now send evidence.
All right, Vasco. Now 2 days you get to talk. We got to close
Thank you,
too.
Vasco.
Let me just learn now, Biggie. I just this is an advice for.
All right, let her play in 10 seconds. 10
We shouldn't
seconds,
attack
let so we
no
can
color
move.
on the show based on their view. Y'all know me when they call me here, they can say all kinds of things to me. You know, see me talk to one of them.
All right,
I
Vasco, you
can
repeating
get here
yourself
there
now.
and say yes. Thank you, callers. So let every one of us do it. Now George is not on the show as partner. George is a
Thank
regular
you.
caller.
Thank you,
So when
Vasco.
George call and give a view, nobody should come attacking him.
Thank you, Vasco. I'm glad you said everybody got their own view, so you shouldn't be controlling other people's own view. Thank you. Go ahead.
That's the
Francis.
So
fact.
first of all,
Made a
Be
show to
mute.
make argument.
First of
Please
all,
mute.
if somebody lied to elaborate on the panel,
I'm gonna lie,
and I
go
can
free.
prove it,
Correct it. That is not going
if
after
somebody
him.
lied,
Yeah,
If
prove
you
it.
mute,
But
Francis,
Vasco, let me,
do
my time is
prove
come
it, but
out.
don't attack them.
Let me talk my
everybody,
own.
please move, Vasco. You say your advice. People
Vasco,
hear you already. Let the man
mute,
talk.
please. Let me talk my own so we can move, we're gonna go.
He got it on a view too, Vasco.
For
Let
me,
him speak
my
on a
view
view.
is if I can prove that my colleague on the panel lied to the Liberian people, I will call them out for that lie. You can't come here and lie and say bag of rice when Georgia left over was $15 or something when it was set over, it was $17.50. As one spoon talk religiously, and they called up that call to talk about subsidizing rice. We all know what the word subsidize means. But Stento was raising money to buy rice. It was $17.50. When the price of rice is what the average man or woman is going to buy to take to their houses. It's not what the store people are going to buy from the dealer or the wholesaler. That's not the price of rice. So when the government subsidizes rice for the dealers, yes, it's to help reduce the price. But it doesn't mean that when it hit the market, the price is going to be the way it was the dealer brought it in. Then the dealer will not make any profit. So when you talk about subsidizing the price of rice, that means maybe the government remove tariff or some duty on some tax on the rice for the dealer, so that it can cost the dealer less to bring in more rice at a lower cost, so that they don't have to sell it as high. But it doesn't mean the dealer brought it in for $13.50, the dealer is going to sell it for $13.50. The dealer not even sell it for $14.50 or $15 if they brought it in for $13.50. Because guess what? That dealer has employees, has on their hand that they have to pay. So they still have to add out of $3 or $4 or so on what they pay for that in order to meet their payroll and other things. So yes, rice price was $17.50, and Stento was going to buy it. But when the whole donation got out of control in a good way, because I believe he raised under almost around $18,000 in a week and a half, he was able to get 5,000 bags of rice. That's when that guy came to Stento and said, I will give it to you at this rate, I believe $16.50. So the caller that coming in to mislead the Liberian people also by saying, oh, because subsidizing rice, that's why that guy rice was not subsidized. That's why Stento bought at a higher cost. No, Stento wasn't going to a dealer to buy the rice. He was going to buy it from a local market. But yes, the guy came in and said, no, to help the Liberian people, for you to be able to buy more rice to give to more people. So they said it's $17.50. I will give it to you for $16.50. And that's how Stento was able to buy the rice from that guy to give it to people in Liberia for free. So don't come here and try to correct us on the panel, but mislead the people, our people in Liberia, because I know the caller is not from Liberia.
Thank you, Francis. No.
Thank you.
Maybe the subsidized were for only foreign
we have to go. We're seriously out of time.
Only for foreign importer, not for Liberian business people. Go ahead, Bella. That's why he won't want to subsidize.
Oh, Bella Day is closing already. Sorry, Day is closing.
He did? Oh, okay. Well, Liberian rice business owner, as we just learned that their owner rice wasn't subsidized. It was only foreigners that had a rice that was subsidized. So everybody else was selling the Liberian man was selling his rice higher because the government is not. So the government prioritized the foreigners over the Liberian business in the new revelation. Thank you for that. Um, the thing about it is people coming here talking about CDC leaving government. Then you say we shouldn't compare CDC and what nobody is comparing. Nobody say CDC JMB should treat the country the way CDC did. No. And no. See how CDC left the country, what CDC damage that talking point from Spoon Talk prime time. Somebody was say, oh, because they can't say it. Then everybody want to complete continue with it to say, oh, we can't say how CDC damaged the country. Yes, we can say it. Every the rule of law were damaged. Every system that Malan said he set up in our country was damaged. The rice press that they what they made it, they took it up. They even war band they would go and borrow. Madam said 12 years borrowing in 6 years borrowing almost $2 billion for the 6 year. And Madam said for 12 years what 900 million or something like that. Or 1 million. So those are the way that CDC destroyed our country, left our country in debt. That just recently the president just said why the famous wires free school fees. I mean the fees that he's talking about left almost $6 million in debt. With the wise people he had, the president said he just paid 3 million. Those are some of the way you borrow money, you put our country in debt, and we don't see anything to show for it. That's damaging the country. So we know how CDC damaged the country. We don't have to come here and be repetitive every time and be something there because I said those say it, so the other one want to repeat it, so the other one want to kind of repeat it. We do know, okay? All this money that was borrowed is something was done with it in our country. We're not be talking about we're sitting out here, we're talking about a road today that people can't go on, but we're using dusty road to get it to fix. No, it would be quota going on it. Then the 100 days that I keep running around with, say y'all was gonna see something because we're gonna meet some of this money in the caucus that the government now coming in government could use to do those things that they promised to do. If you promise somebody on a campaign trail, you expecting money to be there. If you don't come and meet anything there, you are not going to take rocks to do these things. It's not that it doesn't mean that he will not do it. He will do it, but he has to raise the money to do it. And all the debt, almost $2 billion out of debt, we don't know where we'll get that money from. That's destroying our country. That's damaging our country. While people with children, most children study on the street between cars, not going to school. Zogo Togo our country, Kush Togo our country with drugs become the one of the imported states, the drugs all over the place. That's how CDC destroy our country. Okay, those are just few. We don't have time for me to go through all. Thank you. And Liberian people, like I said, Liberian people will never take sedition seriously because for them to come here after destroying our country and in 3 months they expect miracle for manna to be falling from heaven and come here and come talk about somebody misleading Liberian people. The people sitting in the country, they don't know what they're going through. That people that just left from there made their life miserable, that they were all in poo water and rain. We're fighting for change. That those people coming standing to come tell them that somebody good for them or what good for them. Please, man. Thank you. And then Liberian people, let's be steadfast and God, like I said, JMB is on the business to do your work. Like he said, he would do this, he would do that. Will he do everything perfectly? We don't know, but we just hope and pray that he does the best for Liberia to move Liberia for the next person to come and continue from it. That's what we shouldn't go back to George. Thank you.
I want to say thanks to everyone tonight for being on the show. Thanks to you, Vasco Smooth. Thanks to you, Francis Chabate. Thank you, Bida Soiree. Thank you, Amy. We appreciate everyone for showing up tonight. The late night show is taking its weekend break. We'll be back here on Monday. Until then, have a good night, everyone. Liberia is all we have, so let's remember to keep the peace. And again, happy birthday to the CEO. He celebrated his birthday. We wish him all the very best as he walks into a new age. And until we come away again, have a good night, everyone.
Have a good
And
night, everyone. I spoke
bye.
up, you changed your profile, so I didn't
Good night.
really recognize.